have basically four major classes are the systems, kind of layers. The Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, and the fourth one is known as the Sudras. So this is the caste system. But now you know, maybe wondering what about the Dalits?
Yeah, so they're not even part of the caste system then.
Exactly. In fact, the Dalits are known as the untouchable, the outcasts. They are not part of the caste system.
On my first trip to India, I was shocked at what I saw. Such extreme abuse of human rights, devastating poverty, and hopelessness. When I came back home, I remember sitting around the dinner table with my family and being overcome with emotion, literally crying over our burgers and fries. I couldn't get the faces of those people out of my mind. How can we have so much and they have so little? How is that right? So I had to go back and document what I had seen. I focused in on the caste system, but what I discovered was an entire people group, over 250 million people who aren't even a part of that caste system. They're known by many names: children of God, crushed underfoot, broken in pieces, the outcasts, the untouchables, the Dalits. This is their story.
In this nation, the caste system tells you, because you are born in a particular caste, you are lesser than animal. You are subhuman.
They have no home, no sanitation, no water supply.
Every day, at least 3 Dalit women is raped in this nation. And 3 Dalit men are being attacked.
And their children eat whatever is available.
3 years ago, 7 Dalits were burnt alive. 3,000 children refused to go to school. The reason? They could not eat the school food which was being cooked by the Dalits. This is the worst form of human right violation in this nation. In fact, caste system is the oldest, largest existing, most violent, gruesome form of human right violation in the world today. A Dalit in India can be identified by just their physical body language. Wow. A Dalit, he is not lifting his head up. He is just bending his head, folding his hands, and, by his physical posture, by his body language, that so-and-so, his dirty clothes. The second way to identify a Dalit in India is to ask his or her name. So the names will reveal whether the person belongs to whether upper caste community or the Dalit community. And third way to identify a Dalit in India is by his or her vocation, profession. Typically, a Dalit is doing all the dirty work in this country.
Major problem is we do not have any basic facilities, from things like toilet, drinking water, clean drinking water.
There is no electricity. The place is dirty, no sanitation areas that they can use.
Drainage, again, you notice drainage, there is absolutely no drainage facility. This slum has about 350 families.
There's so little and crime.
There is basic needs are not met in this place, and that's a very, very sad situation.
They hardly get food sometime to eat. Sometimes they only get maybe 1 meal per day. This is another lady who is drunk and just sleeping. You see all the flies over her, and she doesn't know where she is in. It's a pathetic condition of Muslims, not just men, but women and children, and all of them, they drink.
Completely homeless, they don't own any land or anything, completely at the mercy of their upper caste. Live in the fields, live in huts, extreme poverty. I mean, devastating poverty. I mean, this kind of poverty is not seen. There's been starvation, deaths among them.
So basically, I would personally see that this is the most gross human right violation in this place. Humans are living in such a poor condition here, and so it's a major challenge for us. I would say this is what India is all about, and this is India for you, that people live in a most unhygienic, inhuman conditions, and that's the challenge of India.
time parents are extremely poor and they have 6, 8, 7 children, so they will sell 1 or 2 girls like that.
Girls are sold into the sex market for 1,000 rupees, which is $25. Then they're sold into North India, and then they're sold into another place. By the time they go into Bombay, these young girls are infected with AIDS, their lives are destroyed, and completely enslaved. It's one of the most tragic stories of any people group anywhere in the world.
Sexual abuse also has been really made. Many, the girl, child or women who are sitting are also taken. Many people from outside has influence. People come and just take them for prostitution, and which is another bigger problem that is here into this community. Several sex videos people they bring and they show them. And all men, women, children, they watch together. And that is where also they are led into this kind of problem.
One TV channel has done a survey on the prostitution. They featured a story of a girl who was bought for 400 rupees, about $10, by her cousin from the father, saying, "I'll find a husband for her." He took her to Punjab, sold her for 15,000 rupees, about $400. And then that somebody bought her and kept her as a concubine in a farm for 6 months. When he got tired of her, sold her in Delhi for 35,000 rupees. And so when she was rescued after 2 years by some agency, she was only 16-year-old. So she must be kidnapped when she was 13 or 14 only. And in that 2 years, she had been through a nightmare of experience.
About 95% of prostitutes around are taken from Musahars.
The Musas have had no education of any kind, totally Dalit of the Dalits.
The Dalit women face some of the harshest atrocities in our country. They are the victims of discrimination, exploitation, deprivation, and violence.
Because women are considered Dalits of Dalits also. Because even among Dalits, women suffer more than men.
Girls receive less food and lower quality food. When girls fall ill, they are less likely to be given medical attention.
In UP itself, 40,000 women die while delivering their children, because in the villages there are no medical facilities and helps are available.
By age 5, girls carry adult responsibilities. You will see little children caring for their younger sibling, working at home, carrying firewood, and education and play for even small children, especially girls, is just unthinkable. It's beyond them. Women in general suffer, but the Dalit women suffer more, and they face a whole lot more atrocities in our country.
We've heard a lot of stories about how the government here in India will say they'll do something and they'll make a big show about it, but then in reality nothing really ever happens, especially for the Dalit people.
Exactly.
You know, politicians take advantage of them. They just give little water thing, little 5 rupees, little alcohol, make them to vote for them, and after that forget them.
And so once again, the government looks like they're doing something, but really doing nothing.
They've been asking government to at least to give 1 bulb in each house, so that at least there is a little light in each house, but they have refused to give even that facility to us. In the year 2000, there was difficulty between the Dalit leadership and the Reddys. Reddys are the upper caste who live in the village. There was tension between both the groups. By the time police came in here, when it became a serious case, the upper caste people bought cans of kerosene and poured it on houses. People living, wild people, they shut people inside, poured kerosene, burnt houses. 7 people died alive. They were burning inside those houses. This is their graveyard. If you turn around, they cannot bury their dead bodies anywhere else.
You know, in America, we've been trying to promote racial equality. One of the major things is we're not going to discriminate on the color of a person's skin. But yet it seems like in India, that's a primary point of racism.
This is a modern racism, modern apartheid, modern slavery, in my opinion. I wish I could also say, like America, this existed, but in our country, it's still being practiced. Yeah, the color discrimination is still there for you, and it's life.
Many of the people do not have skills, mostly women here, they don't have skills. They work as agricultural laborers like sowing, harvesting, weeding. They get about 60 rupees. This is the kind of job people do for a living.
What's the greatest dream in your heart for the Dalit people?
Our dream is that they will be free, and it looks impossible for human beings because we are talking about big number, 250 million. We are talking about small force of missionaries and workers. Lots of resources are needed. Change is very slow. Slavery is a very addictive thing. People, once enslaved, they don't want to be free. Once they become free, they don't know what to do with freedom. So it's a long-term thing.
Had you asked this question, is there a hope for Dalits? Is there freedom for Dalits in this nation? Say 5 years ago, my answer to you would have been that there is no hope for Dalits. But today, my friend, let me tell you that there is hope for Dalits. There is hope for this community which is suffering as lesser human beings in this nation.
Our dream is over 1,000 schools all over India, that each school will be a transformation unit, that we will reach out to women, we will reach out to children, we will reach out to men. We will work on micro-enterprise, we will change the health situation of these people and truly empower them in every way, spiritually, economically, and socially.
Wherever there is injustice, there is a call of God to, work for a change, and I really believe that change is possible.
For me, freedom is when person can make his own decision, provide for his own family, and with honor he can live in this country, which is not available to the Dalits. It's like you're talking about bringing Israel out of Egypt. It's impossible. The bureaucracy, the politics, business, everybody wants poor India. Then they can earn money, that they can exploit, they can have cheap labor.
Mahatma Gandhi said, if caste system is taken away totally, the Hinduism will collapse.
So India will not become a Hindu nation anymore. So no religious leaders in India want that. So religion, media, business, politics, everybody joins together to keep them down. So it's a long battle against the whole world to make them free.
Throughout history, we as a human race have confronted cruelty and mistreatment like this before. We've hit those issues head on, and we've seen drastic change. We've seen slavery ended in America. We've seen genocide brought to light in Armenia. We saw the fall of Adolf Hitler in Nazi Germany. We've seen the wall of communism crumble before our eyes and apartheid abolished in South Africa. So what are we as a human race going to do about India and the Dalits? Where are the angry voices calling for change now? Who will stand up for them? When is their chance for freedom?